Hey, I'm Paul Yore. I'm a multidisciplinary artist living and working on unceded, stolen Gunai land. I work across textiles, junk assemblage and large-scale installation works that incorporate video, sound, light, water and a multiplicity of found objects. My survey show at ACCA is titled Word Made Flesh. It's an expression drawn from the Gospel of John in the Bible. As a queer artist, I'm really interested in found texts and forms, opening up the multiplicity of latent readings and queering their meanings. Gallery 1 is painted bright yellow colour and is centred around this idea of signs, both in the semiotic sense and in the literal sense of signposts or warning signs. This room brings together a large suite of embroidered works and really explores the central role of language in our society. The word text and the word textiles actually share an etymology in the Latin root textere, meaning to weave. And so I'm very interested in exploring the way in which language dominates our lives and the way we have intimate sort of relationship with language. So Gallery 2 is painted in a soft pastel pink colour and centred around this idea of bodies and embodiment. This room brings together about a decade's worth of large-scale quilted works, all of which are composed primarily from found materials, be it bedding, clothing or towels and such. This room really explores the idea of tactility and the connection of the body to textiles, both in a celebratory way in terms of queer safety and warmth and comfort, but also a critique of mass consumerism, the idea that we're suffocating in images and forms, the 24-hour news cycle and mass production and such. Gallery 3 is painted in a rich red colour and really embraces this idea of a political manifesto. The works in this gallery explore the strong historical connection between handmade textiles and political praxis. The large-scale triangular pendants behind me reference the suffragette movement and the trade union movement, but also draw on the pink triangle, a symbol that was used by the Nazis to persecute homosexuals, but was later reappropriated by gay rights activists, particularly during the AIDS crisis. For me, the use of hand-sewn textiles by itself is a political form of agency, really a reaction against the increasing mechanisation of our culture. So Gallery 4 is painted rich ecclesiastical purple colour and alludes to the idea of a literal or figurative horizon. All the large-scale panoramic quilted works in this room speak to a sort of tradition of landscape painting in a colonial settler context like Australia, and also sort of critique the imposition of Eurocentric forms. And the soft sculptures behind me are sort of playful works that allude to drag culture, but also critique sort of state-sanctioned monuments and statues. The work in this room also posits the idea of a queer futurity, about the idea of a multiplicity of new worlds opening up from the ruination of the present. The back of the horizon room is this sort of almost secret chapel or back room, which contains a suite of works that are essentially junk mosaics and made of found objects, very much allude to the kind of Christian tradition of icons, icon painting and Byzantine mosaics, but very much have a queer take on those traditional Christian forms. So this final space contains this newly commissioned installation work that I've made for ACCA. It's titled Word Made Flesh. It really brings together a vast array of materials and takes the form of an immersive architectural complex of structures that draw on a great diverse array of materials and forms, including video, kinetic sculptures, found materials, water fountains and light works. This work really mimics the sort of bombardment of materials and forms of our culture and sort of teases out some of these, but also is sort of propositional and proposes almost a meditative queer space of reflection and collectivity. I'm really excited to be finally unveiling this large-scale survey exhibition after working on it for 2 years, and really hope audiences come and spend time with the work.